Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, it's Julaften, and it's the final day of the Advent calendar. It's been a long one. Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, it's been, 24 days? 24 days of a beer a day, a blind tasting a day. For my part, an hour of doing one of these and then editing the video every day. It's been a bit intense, if I'm honest. I'm geared to do it next year, but I am also glad that there's 11 months before I do that. I think this year I got it wrong quite a bit more than I got it wrong. Maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly, but I think this year I got it wrong quite a bit more than I got it wrong last year. So I guess I'll just have to drink more beer and study up, and hopefully I'll be better next year. Yeah, shit. Without further ado, let's get into the final beer of our advent calendar. Well, we have a small can, so I guess it's got to be Salikatt. Interesting. Second small can of the entire calendar. We have beer. Ooh, hey, what's this? Alright, interesting. I'm getting oak. I think we have a barrel-aged beer here. From Salikatt, in fact. I don't think I've ever had a barrel-aged beer from Salikatt. Wow. Oh. Yeah, okay, so I get vanilla, I get caramel, I get some light kind of fruity chocolate. I maybe get a bit of coconut. Vanilla and coconut are definitely things that come from a barrel. I get oak. Like, as a flavour, I get oak. I do. Oh. That's a good beer. To imagine that is under 4.7%. That, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how, that's nuts. That is nuts. Oh. So, huge mouthfeel. Well carbonated. Like, shockingly big mouthfeel. It has a little bit of tannins on it, again reinforcing what I think is barrel aging character. I think it's probably got vanilla added to it, but I'm not really sure. That could totally come from a bourbon barrel. What it really reminds me of is a really, really tiny barley wine. It has all that barrel character, that coconut and that vanilla. It doesn't have any roast that I can find. You know what? It could be barrel-aged Salikatt. Oh, that would be amazing. Oh my god. Fuck it. I'm going to say that's what it is. That's what it reminds me of. Because no roast, right? No roast. Lots of caramel. Salikatt gives it a platform to have tons of barrel character. And then you get tons of barrel character. You get tons of vanilla and coconut and oak and tannins. The only part which doesn't line up with that is the sweetness. Oh, that is so good. Okay. I went pretty hard on the barrel thing, so let me just add a caveat. I guess it could be like a milkshake stout, a milk stout with vanilla and coconut added to it, maybe chocolate too. Could be like a pastry milk stout with a whole bunch of different things, but it really makes me think that it's barrel aged. I mean, it really gives me those bourbon kind of notes. Blindfold off. The color is making me think Salikatt. Oh, this can't tease me anymore. Please tell me that it's barrel-aged Salikatt. Please tell me that it's barrel-aged Salikatt. I have to look. I have to look. Jullager. Eikevatlagerbock. I think it might be barrel-aged Salikatt. It says on the label that it's a blend of 2 beers. Both dark lagers. I have to imagine that one of those is Salikatt. How many dark lagers does Salikatt just have lying around? That is definitely one of my favourite Norwegian store strength beers of all time. That is so damn good. It has everything that you get from Salikatt. It has those caramel tones. It has that nice sweetness. But then all of the extra stuff you get from the barrel on top of it. It's not shy. It's not a beer pairing beer. This is something you drink before or after the dinner. But it has all that, oh my god. This is a really successful barrel aging project. They do not all turn out like this. This has all of the coconut and vanilla from those barrels. All that you could possibly want in spades. It is so nice. You would almost think, if you didn't know that it was barrel aged, you would almost think, like I said, you would almost think that there was vanilla or coconut added. It's not. They come from the wood. Again, like yesterday, I was saying, if I'm giving an untapped rating on this, it's getting all of the stars, at least 5. This is getting all of the stars, at least 6, I would think. Just the character, like the purity of the character of the barrel is something that I find really astounding in this. And it's something that you really need to maybe brew a beer that is a lower percentage to bring out, because at the higher percentages, you have so much of the malt, so much of the malt sweetness, so much of the other character of the beer, which is really strong, which is going to compete with the character of the barrel. But what you have here is quite a mild base beer, which just acts as a platform to showcase the character of the barrel. And it's beautiful. It's like the difference between a barley wine where you've added hops. I mean, you're gonna get hops in it, like an old style American barley wine. You're gonna get the hop character, but it's surrounded by a lot of the beer character in that. But tone down the alcohol, add the same amount of hops, and you've got an IPA, a platform for hops. This is sort of what's happening here. This is like the barrel version of a pale ale. It's you've toned down the beer, but the barrel character is still the same. So the barrel character is super pronounced on this really nice base of a dark lager. This is almost like a new style definition. I want it to be, because it's so nice. I would love to drink more beers like this. I can't imagine it's cheap. What I'm really hoping is that there is more of this beer outside the calendar, but I suspect that Bjarte and Alexander brewed exactly the amount that they needed to put into this calendar and no more. I suspect that this is the only time that I'm ever going to get to taste this beer, and that makes me very sad. Thank you so much for all the people that have followed along this year. There's been a fair few more people watching every episode than there were last year, and that's what makes it worth it for me. There would be no point in me doing this if I was just looking at a camera and talking to myself. So it's the people following along that make it worth it for me, and it's the discussions that happen over the tasting notes and hearing what other people tasted when I got it wrong, for example. But just hearing generally what other people tasted, it's super interesting. I learn from every one of those conversations, and like I hope that together, if you were blind tasting along with me, and even if you weren't, that we've learned some things drinking these beers the past 4 weeks. So thank you to Salikatt, to Monkey Brew, to Lindheim, and to Graff. You guys are some of the best breweries in Norway, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you keep it up, and I will see you next year. Merry Christmas. God jul. Oh, hey. I'm just sitting here and editing my... I'm sitting here editing the videos for the last 3 days. I'm doing them all at the same time because I have to travel. And I just realised that I did the Christmas Eve episode. Oh my god, this beer, man. I did the Christmas Eve one. And I didn't do any sort of summarising or anything about this year's calendar. So let me sort of do that now. This is bière découpage. Delicious. Yeah, so good. I loved the like 3 barrel-aged sours from Lindheim, plus 1 from Monkey Brew, plus a barrel-aged lager from Salikatt. At the price that we paid is just unheard of. There were a lot of IPAs this year. And that does make sense, because that's what people love. Maybe a bit too many for me. I mean, if it was me, I'd like a little bit more style diversity. But that is just me. So I want to hear what you think. If you're on YouTube in the YouTube comments, and if you're on Facebook in the Facebook comments, what did you think of the beers this year? See, the thing is, like, yes, almost every single one of those hoppy beers was incredibly good. There were also a lot of really good other beers, and I know that every single one of these breweries can do really good other beers too. The problem is that when you start putting other things in there that are a little bit different style, like Graff Pils. There's a lot of people that will drink Graff Pils, and they'll say, but it's just a Pils. Well, I mean, it's not just a Pils. It's a really good Pils, and maybe this is an opportunity to try and sit down and spend some time thinking about why, what makes a Pils good. Why is Graff's Pils so much better than an industry Pilsner? Or maybe you don't agree. Maybe you think that an industry Pilsner is better than Graff's Pils. That's a valid opinion, but you don't get to have that opinion unless you drink Graff's Pils and you sit down and you consider what you like or don't like about it, compared to what you like or don't like about a industry Pils. And it's that's the whole exercise here. That's what we're doing. We're analysing beers. We're analysing what we like and we don't like. And in that light, if it's analysing you're after, then more styles are better, because you get to analyse more things which are completely different from each other. Whereas if it's 12 hoppy beers, then I mean, there's not that much you get to analyse. It's just a hoppy beer. A calendar where you get 24 different beers and you get to be challenged on that is an opportunity to challenge with a bit more style, with a few more styles. And I think that would be a valuable thing to do. But, you know, that's just me. I mean, I think for me, this last couple of years, I've really started getting back into the more traditional styles, and trying to look for the nuance in styles that I have really kind of just blown past and gone straight to New England IPA or West Coast IPA. So while for the hedonistic side of me, it is awesome to have a calendar which is full of IPA, the analytic side of me doesn't love it as much. No, I mean to sum up, I think that as always, this calendar was absolutely incredible. The quality of the beer is second to none. There are no other countries in the world that have exactly the limitation that Norway has at 4.7% beer. And that limitation has the effect that Norwegian breweries are some of the best in the world at brewing beer, which is just under 4.7%. Or at 4.7%. And the best of the best, well, they are the people that gave you this calendar. They are the best of the best in the world at brewing beer limited to 4.7%. them's the facts. I mean, you've experienced it in this calendar. So to get a box full of beer, which is specifically brewed for you, at that limit, the very best of their ability, on 24 days of the year, is such a treat. Such an absolute treat. Alright, that'll do it for me. I am going to get back to editing the last 3 videos of the year. Last year I said that I was going to do some stuff in the year. What I ended up doing was having a baby. Well, I didn't have a baby, my girlfriend did, but that sort of cut short any plans that I had. Let's see if I can come through on that next year. I'm going to try, but it's hard. It's hard to find the time. And the videos that aren't me just sitting here blind tasting the beer, they take a lot of like planning, research, effort, filming. Like, they take a lot of thought, and I have 2 jobs, so and now I have a child to take care of as well. So we'll see. I'm gonna try, but I can't promise anything. We'll see. If I do have something, it's going to be posted on my YouTube channel and on the Otis Marking Facebook group. So maybe I'll see you in 2022 before December. Maybe not. And if I don't, then I'll see you for Advent 2022. Thanks again for following along. Cheers.